Hello, welcome to Pandora's Box. Today I will rank the top 10 cards of Kaldheim according to concept and quality of illustration. Kaldheim is a very underrated set because of its lackluster financial value. However, the quality of artwork is its greatest strength. There are so many beautiful cards in here that I have had a hard time narrowing my list down to just 10. So here is my top 10 list of the most beautiful cards in Kaldheim. In number 10 is Dream Devourer. This illustration leans towards being comic book style with bolder lines. It has finer details compared to the majority of other cards in Kaldheim. This card is intricately drawn, especially around the teeth and tendrils, and it is also nightmare-inducing, just as its name suggests. In number 9, I have Return Upon the Tide by Martina Fackova. On first glance, this was a beautiful waifu, but as I begin to take in the details, I realized this waifu has passed away for some reason and some sort of sea barrier is going on. So on one hand, I have a beautiful waifu, but on the other hand, the waifu is dead. So I don't know how to feel. On top of that, the artwork by Martina Fackova is amazing. Notice the use of textures and colors on the Dark Elf's fairly dark skin tone and how the light casts a subtle left to right shadow on the card itself. I feel almost guilty putting this only at number 9. At number 8, I have Reflections of Littjara by Cristi, Balanescu. This is the version that specifically comes with the bundle. You cannot pull this from any of the draft, set or collector's booster boxes. I could not tell at first whether this was a picture or a painting. I had to go to MTG Art to look at the full-size image to realize that this is hand-painted. The reflections on the water ripples steals the show here and ironically reflects the namesake of this card. The clincher for this art is the slight withering on the water lilies. I half suspect Wizards of the Coast deliberately put an amazing piece of art like this inside the bundle to force our purchase. Moving on to number 7, I have Starnheim Unleashed by Rudy Siswanto. This is another card in which I have difficulty distinguishing between being hand-painted or digital. The concept of angels descending from the heavens above to enact the wrath of justice never gets old. Realism works well when depicting angelic beings here. The focus of the artwork is on the angel, but the expression I get is of the blinding light shining down from the heavens above to cast away the shadows below. The art itself may not be as fine and detailed as I would prefer it to be, but the emotions it evokes is undeniable. At number 6, I have Rampage of the VALKYRIES by Billy Christian. This is very much similar to Starnheim Unleashed in terms of concept. So the trusty angelic host descending from the heavens never gets old. The difference is while Starnheim Unleashed focuses on the emotions of seeing the descending angelic host, Rampage of the VALKYRIES focuses on the effects and aftermath of such an occurrence. Wherein the heavens is a place of blinding light, the ground is a swamp littered with corpses. There are much more details here. More angels, more corpses, more landscape. This is what nudges Rampage of the VALKYRIES slightly ahead of Starnheim Unleashed. Why this card does not have its own extended version is beyond me. At number 5 is Ascent of the Worthy by James Arnold. All the saga cards within Kaldheim are meticulously crafted and each deserving of a spot in the top 10. I picked Ascent of the Worthy to represent the Lord because of its rich colours, complexity, and how it managed to fit so many characters into half a card. The depiction of life, death, sacrifice, and rebirth, all while retaining the Viking flavor, makes this card the most worthy of the top 5. At number 4, I have Koma's Coil by Dominic. This is a token card representing Koma the Cosmos Serpent. This artwork best captures the size and ferociousness of the Cosmos Serpent. The very detailed landscape with the crumbling landmass at the front, the bubbling sea at the back, and the vast mountain in the far end work together very well to accentuate the earth-shaking mass of this creature. which is why this card is picked ahead of even the showcase and extended art versions of Koma, the Cosmos Serpent. This card is also the winner of the Best Monster in the Set award. At number 3 is Starnheim Unleashed, again, by Johannes Voss. So this is the normal version of the card, whereas the Starnheim Unleashed at number 7 is the extended art version. So this is yet another of the angelic hosts descending from the Heavens type card. But I put this ahead due to its use of rainbow colors to depict hope. The myriad of angels are lively and very well illustrated. Today's digital illustrations are indistinguishable from physical paintings. I generally do not consider the medium when assessing cards unless it is for a tiebreaker. Fortunately, there is no need for a tiebreaker here, which gives this version of Starnheim Unleashed the number 3 spot in my top 10. At number 2 is the showcase version of Firja, Judge of Valor by God Machine. It's so weird. Who calls himself or herself God Machine? But I guess this might be a pseudonym of an existing MTG artist. But who, I don't know, because this art style is actually very unique. And if you have been watching my box opening videos, I guess you are already expecting this card to rank very high, because I stop ever so often to ooh and ah when I ever open this card. What else can I say? It is distinct, it is intense, it is mind-blowing, and it is my pick for the second best card in Kaldheim. Before I review the number 1 card of Kaldheim, let's look at some honorable mentions. A warning, this list will be rather long as Kaldheim contains so many amazing pieces of art. My first honorable mention is Calvary, God of Kinship by Dibujante Nocturno. This is a remarkable artwork depicting the goddess and her 3 pets. Almost made top 10, however, the monotonous green took her out of the race. The next honorable mention is Dragon King Berserker by Lie Setiawan. This was jostling with Dream Devourer for the spot at number 10. Unfortunately, Dragon King Berserker lost by a coin toss. Another honorable mention is Elder Fan Disciple by Miranda Mears. This is also my winner for Best Waifu in Kaldheim. And it should tell you how strong the art in Kaldheim is, considering the Best Waifu did not even make top 10. The next honorable mention is Disdainful Stroke by Campbell White. I am not an aficionado for landscapes in general, but I'm a sucker for water, especially water in realism or hyperrealism style. Comic relief makes an appearance in our honorable mentions. Comic relief in small doses is very welcome. These have almost become tradition, like Easter eggs for us to find in every set. Next on the list are angels. Angels have always been a consistent draw for Magic fans, and Kaldheim has a truckload of very high quality ones. Any one of these would have easily made top 10s for any other IPs. The next honorable mention is sagas. It is very difficult to frame a concept for a saga card. For starters, a saga card is very text heavy. The artists only have half the usual space to frame and tell the story. Then they need to contextualize the 3 chapters of a saga, and it is already very difficult to tell a story within 1 frame. But sagas require the artist to tell 3 different stories within half a frame. Add to that the requirement to infuse a Viking flavor, makes the conception of these cards worth mentioning. The last of the honorable mentions are the bundle lands. The bundle lands have hands down the best artwork of all the lands in Kaldheim by far. Even the pathway lands cannot touch bundle lands. And I can now confirm this is part of Wizards' ploy to force us to purchase bundles. Before I review the number 1 card for Kaldheim, please remember to like and subscribe to Pandora's Box and click the notification button. I post new videos daily, so please remember to check back for more content like this. My choice for the number 1 card in Kaldheim goes to Crippling Fear by Nestor Osenden Lear. This card has everything. The characters in the foreground scrambling around in panic. The wood houses in the background tells me about their culture and way of living. The burning rune demon casting a shadow that hints at why the villagers are panicking. And all this is brought to another level by the masterful illustrations, colors, and lighting. And among all these, the artist managed to sneak in a very subtle trace of humor. When I see this card, I am immediately immersed into the context of the moment. I feel anxious, I feel fear, dread, and funny all at the same time. It feels like a 15-minute action sequence in a Hollywood movie compressed into a still. And this is why Crippling Fear is my number 1 card for Kaldheim. If you like what you see, please visit my channel for more box openings, set reviews, top 10s, and content curated for nerds in general. See you in the next video. Bye bye!